There's been times on my keto journey where I absolutely hit a wall, and I notice it's because as I get closer to my goal, I start to plateau. And I'll never forget there was a time when I plateaued for 30 days. All right. So in this video, I'm going to give you one protein tip that I use to bust through this plateau. Now, the cool thing about this is you're actually going to be able to eat more, but you're still going to be somewhat hungry. I know that sounds kind of weird. Like, how can you eat more and still be hungry? Well, let me explain. But as I'm explaining this, I know a lot of you have been wanting to see what exactly do I cook and eat in a day. So we're going to do that too. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to eat. But before we dive in, if you're not familiar with who I am, maybe you're new to my channel. My name is Tim Ernst. I'm an intermittent keto fasting coach who has personally lost 70 pounds all the way back in 2018. And then as the years kind of went by, and we all know what happened in 2020, I put the weight back on. But this year in 2025, I decided that I had had enough, that I was going to get back into my best shape. So I'm already down 38 pounds. I started January 2nd at 233. Now I'm at 195. And I'll probably go to 190, 185. So I'm already there, and I've noticed I'm starting to plateau. So that's what this video is going to be about. And if you're not aware, I've also coached hundreds of men from all over the world to lose at least 40 pounds in 16 weeks using my Keto Shed 40 program. If you want more info on that, I'll put a link in the description of this video that will take you to another YouTube video that kind of explains a little bit more in detail as to exactly what it is I do and how I can potentially help you. So let's get right into, we're going to cook. And some of these foods you're actually going to be able to eat if you've plateaued on your keto plan. As you start to get closer to your goal, it will happen. All right. So let me just show you really quick what I'm going to eat today. And then we're going to talk about, how can you switch up some of your foods to actually bust through a keto plateau. Okay. So first thing, I live in Florida. Okay. So we have a very well-known grocery store here in Florida called Publix. So I went ahead and got some wild caught salmon. So we got that from the seafood case. And then I got some garlic and parsley shrimp. Okay. So this is nice and sauteed. And then we're going to mix that with scallops. So if you haven't figured it out, I'm going to be eating nothing but seafood today. It's something that I like to do on Fridays, and there's a reason why I eat seafood on Fridays. Okay, I was trying to figure out what could I eat on Friday that's not your typical eating pizza with your kids. My kids have pizza every Friday. I used to join them eating pizza every single Friday, but that's not quite aligned with my weight loss. So I'm like, well, what else do I really enjoy? And I actually enjoy seafood a lot. Some people don't. My wife is one of them. She does not like seafood. So I also like seafood because it's very, very lean. And you would not believe how much protein is in shrimp and scallops. Okay, so I'm just going to mix my scallops with the shrimp. Okay. And then we're going to get this cooking up. And then we're going to talk about okay, what is some things that you can do to kind of get through a keto plateau. Now, this is going to be a little different, okay? And even if you're on carnivore, this is going to be a little different as well. Actually, let me just show you really quick, see if I have the scallops I bought. So these are Greenwise scallops, okay, that I got at Publix as well. So they were on sale like a couple weeks ago, had to get them. You would like protein. Let's see, how much protein is it? You would not believe how much protein. So it looks like there is 19 grams of protein for just 2/3 of a cup. So I doubled that. So that's almost 40 grams of protein. There's a lot of protein in shrimp and salmon. If I had to guess, I'm probably at least 100, 150 grams of protein in this meal. I was shocked to find that there was so much protein in seafood, okay? So we're gonna let that cook, and let me just talk to you about now you could do this for 7 to 10 days. This is a 7 to 10 day protocol where if you notice you've plateaued in your keto diet, this works, and you're gonna get to eat more. That's the best part. So this is what you're gonna do. A lot of times people plateau in their keto diet because they're eating too much fat. Now, when you first start off with keto, yes, it's totally normal. You want to eat a lot of fat so you can get deep into ketosis. You want to become fat adapted. And eating high fat will curb your craving. So you want to start out that way, but eventually you're going to hit a wall if you're eating too much fat. And the reason why that happens is you have to give your body a reason to surrender its own fat, okay? But if you keep pounding the fat, you're not allowing your own body to surrender its own body fat. So what you have to do, and this is the 7 to 10 day protocol, is you're gonna pull back on the fat content in your meal. I know it's not typically keto or carnivore to be pulling back on the fat, but I guarantee you when you strip the fat out of your diet and you do this for 7 to 10 days, you will bust through that plateau. When I plateaued for 30 days and did this 7 to 10 day protocol, I dropped 7 pounds in 10 days and I was actually eating more. So what does that look like? What foods should you eat? I'm gonna give you the perfect plan to do this, okay? Now I'm used to eating 1 to 2 meals a day. You might find that when you strip the fat out of your diet, you're gonna be hungry. Fat is very satiating. When you eat high fat, high protein, you're more full throughout the day. But when you strip the fat out of the diet, you notice that you're going to be a lot more hungry. So you may need to eat 3 times a day. I actually did this. I ate 3 times a day for 10 days, but I ate between 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. So first meal was at 12, the second meal was at 3, and then the third meal was at 6. So 12, 3, and 6. So here's what you're going to eat. Okay, you're gonna eat first meal. Typically people have some type of breakfast like eggs, right? But as you know, egg yolks have fat. We can't eat the fat. We need to strip the fat out of the diet. So what I used to do was get a big carton of egg whites and I would do a whole cup of egg whites and put like my spinach and onions, some type of vegetable. It was basically an egg white omelet, okay? And then I would kind of put some salsa on there as well. Salsa, you know, certain kinds are actually good for you because egg whites is pretty bland. I mean, you're gonna have to spice it up a little bit, put some salt, peppers, salsa, some veggies to make it taste good, okay? So that's basically meal number 1. If you wanna have like a side of veggies with your egg whites, because you maybe don't wanna put them in the egg white, but you want them on the side, you can do that as well. Now, when you're cooking your eggs, remember you can't use butter. I use butter for everything, but you can't do that on this 7 to 10 day protocol, okay? So that would be like a meal number 1. Now, meal number 2, you've got several options, okay? You could do boneless, skinless chicken breasts. You could do turkey. You could do a very lean fish, something that's very, very lean. If you've noticed, because you're taking the fat out of the diet, you're gonna have to opt for lean protein sources, okay? Because we gotta get rid of this fat, right? So this is why we're pulling the fat out of the diet temporarily, all right? So what you could do in that second meal is that you could do, like I said, boneless, skinless chicken breast, some type of, you know, white fish, you know, that's very, very lean, or turkey, or I think pork chop is pretty lean. So some type of lean protein, again, with a side of veggies, whether it's green beans or whatever veggies you like. Again, you can't saute it in butter because that's extra fat. Okay, I know that's tough. How do you make vegetables taste good if you can't saute it in butter? And then the last and final meal, you're gonna do the same thing that you did in meal 2. Do some type of chicken, fish, or turkey. So I would rotate it. So for an example, if you did egg whites at 12, maybe you wanna have like chicken, okay? I'm gonna turn this down real quick. Chicken for lunch around that 3 p.m. and then maybe you have your fish, you know, at 6 p.m. for your last meal, or you could do vice versa. So that's exactly how you can really lose or bust through a plateau within 7 to 10 days, is stripping the fat out, and it's gonna be lean protein, okay? Now, after that, what comes after the 7 to 10 days? Well, you just get right back on again, okay? You go right back on to keto, carnivore, and you just kind of pick up where you left off. I guarantee you, you do this 7 to 10 day protocol, you will bust through the plateau and you're gonna lose weight. Now, what's great about this is that you can literally use this as a tool in your toolbox, okay? Anytime you feel like I need to drop some weight fast, or maybe I'm plateauing, use this as a tool, all right? So we're almost done with the shrimp and the scallops. These are looking really, really good. So much protein in this, okay? I think what I'll do, let me go just rinse this out right here. I like to put everything in a bowl because we have to do the salmon next. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. So yeah, you know, I've you know, woke up this morning 195 and only got about 5 to 10 pounds to go. I'll probably shoot for 185. It's always a good idea to kind of overshoot your goal by 5 to 10 pounds. Because look, it's spring break. You know, my kids are home from school. Obviously, when they're out of school for summer, you go on vacations. You're gonna go off the plan sometimes. Okay, look, I would be lying to you if I said that there are times in the year. There is 365 days in the year. There's going to be times when I go off the plan. So I feel like the best approach is to overshoot my goal by 5 to 10 pounds. So that way, if you do gain some weight, you're still going to look pretty good because you overshot your goal. All right. Got to be real careful. I don't like to get my stove all dirty because we got to do this salmon next here. So let's go ahead and now we are going to cook the salmon. I love salmon. I mean, if you make it right, it is excellent. But I know there's people that don't like seafood, you know. It's really too bad because seafood is such, I mean, the amount of protein you got in seafood. I want to show you this salmon too. Salmon can be a little pricey too, I'll tell you what. So here's what we got. So I got this little piece here. Looks like she wrapped this up pretty good here. And let's see if I can get this out of the bag without making a mess here. So, if you can believe it, this nice salmon was like $8. So we're gonna go ahead and toss that in there. And yeah, $8 piece of salmon. But hey, I've had to find other foods to eat other than eggs because, as we know, the eggs are getting kind of pricey. Every now and then you can get some eggs that are not so pricey, but yeah, I am waiting for the egg prices to actually come down. It's getting kind of ridiculous. So these, I don't know if the calories, actually they are on here. 70 calories for every, I think it's like for every 10 shrimp or something like that. So I think I had like, there's probably 30 pieces in here, so you're probably looking at 210 calories. So again, that is the benefit of seafood. It's high in protein, but low calorie. I mean, what's there not to like, unless you don't like seafood, obviously. So we're gonna go ahead and cook that salmon. Just gonna let that rest there. And I'm a little OCD. I like to keep things clean as I'm cooking. I'm one of those people, I don't know if you're like this, but if I know that there's dirty dishes in the sink while I'm eating, I can't enjoy my food. I literally have to have everything cleaned up because I don't want to be eating my food and then thinking about dirty stuff in the sink or a dirty stove. That's just me. Am I the only one? Comment below. Are you like that where you can't enjoy a meal until you know it's totally clean, the stove, the kitchen? I guess I get it from my mom. She was kind of like that too. We would always say like, sit down and eat. And she would be busy cleaning the kitchen and stuff. So I'm kind of the same way. By the way, this will probably be my only meal. So this is pretty low in calories. If you notice, the volume of food is pretty big volume of food, but it's low calorie and very high in protein. I mean, it's great for muscle building. It's great for keeping your calories low so you don't overdo it. And I mean, it's perfect. I love it. So we're just going to continue cooking this. And let me know also in the comments, are you someone who likes seafood? Is this something that you make as a part of your keto carnivore diet? I mean, it's typically not keto carnivore. I mean, typically carnivore is more of your fattier meats. Keto's got more flexibility. Keto, you can add veggies, you can have some lean stuff every now and then, some salmon, which is actually pretty fatty anyway. But when it comes to carnivore, it's a little bit more strict. It's more of your fattier meats, and then dairy. That's pretty much it, and eggs. I kind of did a modified carnivore where I added a thing of avocado. I think avocados is just like one of those foods that just, you can't go wrong. You just cannot go wrong with avocado. So I don't know if you can see this, but this is my shrimp and scallops. Camera's moving. Okay, and it's sauteed in butter. All right, and then after that is salmon. And I might do like an avocado. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna continue cooking this. But if you enjoyed this video, I will have some workout videos coming soon. And I'm gonna continue making more videos about what foods I eat so you can get into your best shape. And hey, make sure to like this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I've kind of noticed on my analytics, like so many people watch my videos, but they're not subscribed. So subscribe to the channel and also hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future episodes. Until next time, I'll see you then. I totally forgot, guys. Here's the finished product. So I got the salmon here and I got my sauteed shrimp and scallops. The name of the game is to keep it stupid simple. Just remember the word KISS and you're gonna be all right.